As per normal, the weekend starts in Quebec. We are in the Eastern Cape for a turf meeting. We have a feature on the afternoon. It is an 8-race program, but of course, before we go any further about this weekend, there's a reminder of our social engagements. You can love us on X, or indeed you can get in touch with us on our WhatsApp number. All right, so it is a Friday, and that means one thing, and it is a name that we love to hear, Nino Podesta. He is on the line for us, and he is going to try and build up our purses for Saturday, of course, which is the first World Pools Day here on the Highveld. That will be with the Champions Day starting at 12 o'clock, a 10-race program. But of course, Nino, first of all, a warm welcome to you. We look forward to your input. Always good to exchange, have a dialogue with you, I think is the better word. And are you looking forward to Saturday?
Good morning, Cecil. Yes, definitely looking forward to Saturday racing. I think we're in store for some terrific racing, and just hopefully everybody's recovered from the long Easter weekend and that are ready to watch some good racing.
Indeed, we're going to have some good racing. NP, it looks like you've got some nice 2-year-olds in the making. In race number 1, we've lost the 7 Sandy's Princess, an intended first-timer, but the favorite is currently, favoritism is being shared between the 4, Magical River at 5-2, and the 9 Winner Share. That is a 22-10, a first-timer for Alan Krief and Richard Fourie. Now, we're going to go straight to that first big exotic, and that is the Bipot, and you can just talk us through your thought process for those 6 legs.
Right. Thank you, Cecil. In race 1, I'm in the camp of number 4, Magical River. Of the race runners, there shouldn't be much between him and McDowell on a couple of times that they ran against each other. But I think that Magical River with Kumala will have the beating of McDowell. By the way, I just heard that number 9, the Alan Krief horse is going to need the run.
Is going to need the run. So that is a 2-year-old daughter of Global View. So that is needing a run in leg number 1. The 3, 4, and 6 are the numbers Nino has gone with. Magnolia, Magical River, and first-timer Project Runway. And then it's a Muziana with a bank in the second. And then it's a banker in leg number 4. That is race 4. And that is number 1, that being Luna Halo. Bipot starts with the first of our 8. Race 2 is the maiden juvenile plate. It will be over the 1,200 meters. We should be underway with race 2. The first leg of the place accumulated at 13.25. We've lost the 1, Cowboys Don't Cry. That's a pretty important scratching due to being ridden by Craig Zaki. And coincidentally, Craig is not taking part. He still had another 4 rides to fulfill, but all his replacements have been forthcoming and some decent rides indeed. So, Nino, it is the start of the PA, and of course, there are 4 Global State, I believe, beaten by a very useful sort last time out. A golden rule, highly regarded, and it looks to be a banker in the making for that place accumulator leg 1.
Cecil, exactly my thinking. I think that golden rule is the top horse, and when Global State ran second to golden rule, I do believe that's the strongest form in this race. So I'm very strong with the 4. The obvious dangers are number 6, Sweet and True, and number 8, Can't Say No. So 4, 6, 8, and 2.
Thank you very much, sir. The 4 an affirmative selection there. We've got 3 bankers in our PA leg 1. That's race 2. The 4 race 3 leg 3 number 1, and in the penultimate leg race number 7, the 2 is a suggested banker in that penultimate leg of the PA, and that is Richard Fourie and Bournemouth. Don't forget, you can get in touch with us via our X handle or our WhatsApp number. And of course, you can take bets. All to comes in to tomorrow's big meeting that is at Turfentine. That is, of course, taking bets in from the Fairview meeting. Right, as far as race number 3 is concerned, we've had 3 scratchings come through. Winner, on its first run on the Polytrack and indeed in the province. Battle of Kursk is scratched, the 4 Act of Power, and the 9 First Master 1, 4, and 9 are scratched. Running behind the Battle of Kursk on on that occasion with a 2 Electric Storm form update. Finished ninth, 7.70 lengths behind. And also in the race was number 11, Lord Capulet. That finished sixth, 4.85 lengths behind the aforementioned Battle of Kursk. Nina, you were confident of Battle of Kursk if reproducing any of its Joburg form would do the business, and I think it's going to go on and win quite a few, maybe even on the poly more than the turf. So very nice tipping indeed on your part. Race number 3 looks to be the 3 horses involved. My Best Shot, Richard Fury and Alan Kraft looks to have the best to draw. Could that be advantageous, and could that be the game changer?
Well, he's definitely in my play, Cecil. But I'm slightly in the camp of number 7, Master of Defense, because he has been on the turn where 6 and 8 haven't. And the 8 comes from a bad draw. So my selection is 7 to beat 6, 8. And for those that are wanting to go a bit further in the pick 6, look at number 2, Electrical Storm, and number 3, Spec Magic.
Okay.
But I'm confident that the winner will come from 6, 7, or 8.
6, 7, and 8 could be the ones to fight out that finish to race number 3. 1, 4, and 9 are scratched. There is that banker in leg number 2 and also in leg number 5. And of course, leg 5 is the penultimate the feature on the afternoon, the Glenlear Trophy, over 2,800 meters. We move on to the first leg of the first jackpot race, number 4, and this is where we have the first of the replacements for Craig Zaki. If you're just joining us, he is not riding this afternoon at Port Elizabeth's Fairview Racecourse. Stallone Naidu is the beneficiary of the chance ride on the 6th Pinnacle. Wasn't one of the more fancied horses. In fact, looking at the favourite, an odds-on favourite in the form of number 1, Luna Halo, 9 to 10, is certainly well performed in the colours of Mr. Green and company. Big supporters Gary Pierre, Greg Blank, Daryl Uter, Hilton Uter, S.M. Davis, Nick Involved, McFawn, and Mr. and Mrs. A.C. Hreof, all involved in what is a 7-time winner from 11 outings. Is this a banker for you in that pick 6 at leg 2 or jackpot leg number 1? That's jackpot 1, Mr. Podesta?
Cecil, definitely banking Luna Halo in all my bets. You know, I've got a lot of respect for Envy Dance. It used to be one of my favorite horses in PE. But I think Luna Halo is a top horse. And I think she's going to take a power of beating. And even though she's drawn 11, she's 5 kilos worse off with the Envy Dance behind the gold poker game. I believe she's improving. And I'm taking my chances. I'm banking Luna Halo. But for those that are not so confident, I think only Envy Dance can beat it.
Okay, but, so sorry, Nino, I interrupted you there.
I said, Cecil, I just said that for those that are not confident with Luna Halo, I think that only Envy Dance can beat it. But I'm taking my chances and banking Luna Halo.
I think many people will be following your lead there, and it is a Luna Halo banker in the first leg of the first jackpot. And of course, the pick 6 is already underway. But if you do see this before you put your pick 6s on, Luna Halo is a banker right through. That is race number 4. This is the Pinnacle Stakes over the 1,400 meters. Stallone Naidu on number 6 Pinnacle. All right, a reminder, it is, of course, our X handle and our WhatsApp number currently is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Do feel free, and we would advise you, or at least encourage you, to get in touch with us and give us a feedback on the show as you see it. Right, in race number 5, a couple of changes. The 4, Commerson's Passion, is a scratching. Leaves a field of 10, and Muzi Yeni, the beneficiary of a chance ride vacated by the indisposed Mr. Craig Zaki, and that is number 2. Mr. Bodacious off a double yet again, Muzi yesterday afternoon at the Vol. There has been support for his chance ride, but the favourite is the 1, Ferrando, at 35 to 20. Number 2, Mr. Bodacious, 33 to 10, has been shortened to 5 to 2, and money is coming in for this 4-year-old son of Vercingetorix in the colours of Mr. Khalil, and it is Gavin Smith and Muzi hoping to continue what could be a good day. Mr. Podesta, it is Commerson's Passion scratched a field of 10, merit rated 66. How do you advise we negotiate the first leg of the second jackpot?
Cecil, I do believe that the race is going to be fought between 1 and 2. Those are the horses with the form. There should be nothing between them. On the last time they met, Mr. Bodacious did beat Ferranda over the course and distance. And I think there's only 1.5 kilo swing. So you should still have the beating of Ferranda on that run. Next time out over the 12, Ferranda beat him. But now they're going back to the 1,000. So I don't see much between the two of them. Those have to go in. I've added the Lady Love. That's also won over course and distance last time she ran. And then I've put in Raptor Island as well, just to cover. And for those that want to go wider, maybe look at Great Times and Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay, so it's either you go 1 and 2, or you look at numbers of 3, 6, and the Great Times, the 7, as well as number 10, Jackson, Mississippi. That is the suggested quartet for Nino in race number 5. It is virtually the field at the back, and hopefully the big one comes out in that fourth placing and boost that quartet pay dividend. 96 Rand is outlay to that quartet suggestion, race number 5. Play Soccer 6, 10 and 13, a middle stakes is race number 6. The last chance to get involved in a pick 3 in Quebec. It is over the 2,000 meters. We're racing on the turf as we lead up to the feature, which will be our ensuing race number 7. Now, Mr. Podesta, Central City seems to be on the poly more effective than on the turf in recent times. Over the course hasn't troubled the judges at all from 3 outings. Will that change this afternoon? Richard Fourie, of course, looking for that Trois Quatre record, looking to beat it. Can he add Central City to that tally?
Cecil definitely can win, but as you said, she deserves the best runs on the poly. And the turf runs haven't been inspiring. Now, Magical Midlands, Cecil, put a line right through that last run of his, and I think he's ready to run a big race tomorrow. So Magical Midlands is my first choice, but there are a few with winning chances. So you've got to put all of 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. And I'm also looking at improvement from number 8, Nothing Else Matters.
I see there has been anti-post support for the 8, Nothing Matters, as well as number 7, Magical Midlands, Mr. Podesta.
Yes.
Okay, you're breaking up, but we have got the selections. That is the last of pick 3 to be played on the card at Fairview. We are going to go to where that banker is next, and that is the feature on the afternoon, the Glenlair Trophy. Okay, so it is a big one on the afternoon, a long-standing feature in the province, and that is the Glenlair Trophy 2024. It's over the staying trip of 2,800 meters. We have lost one runner, that is number 4, the Future's Bright. Justin Snaith was going to raid, but due to some travel restrictions, we do not have the presence of the 4. The Future is Bright. So that leaves us with a field of 8, and it is looking at a replacement for Craig Zaki on one of the more fancied runners, number 1, Zatara Magic. That will now be a chance right for informer Marco van Rensburg, who looks to have a good weekend ahead of him, especially in the derby here on the Highveld. Right, Nino, race number 7, we've lost number 4, the Future is Bright, as we discussed beforehand. We've got 8 runners, and Bournemouth just seems to be a revelation. Hasn't looked back since winning that maiden in the province.
Absolutely, Cecil. And I believe that Medless Start is not going to get the race run like she did last time. She went clear and never came back to the field. I think they caught them napping a little bit. I don't think that's going to happen today. And therefore, I'm going for Bournemouth as one of the better bets on the card. And I'm holding thumbs for Peace in Our World to run a much better race, or even possibly win it for our friend. But I'm strong in the camp of Bournemouth to beat Peace in the World, Medless Start, and Zatara Magic.
Thank you so much. And of course, our friend there being alluded to is none other than Darren Burrows. He owns a share of what is now a 4-time winner from 35 outings, hoping to land the big one on the afternoon, that Glenlair Trophy. Thank you so much, Anino. It is number 2, Bournemouth. You can still get around 15 to 10 about the favourite and likely winner for Richard Fourie and Alan Crave. Well, this will be the last local race before the weekend gets underway, and it starts at 12 midday. That is Saturday, the 6th of April at Turfentine Racecourse. 4 Grade 1s, several Grade 2s, and of course a supporting listed to round off the Garrettall Cup, and that'll be race number 10. All right, just don't forget that you can give us your thoughts leading into the big one, or indeed what you suggest we can actually share with the public as to the likely winners on a Saturday. That's via our Twitter handle. That is our formerly Twitter, now X, and our WhatsApp number. Right, Nino is standing by. We've got a new recruit in the province, a horse that I've always liked, but has often been a bit costly to follow. Maybe at a weaker centre, the confidence will grow, and that is number 11, Miss Shaibi, to be ridden by Muzi Yeni. That is the last replacement for Craig Zaki, and we had a recent scratching this morning of the 14 Jumbo Sana. Leaves us a field of 14. The Get Out Stakes, as they say, Nino, 6-1 about the 11, Miss Shaibi. The favourite is the 4 Holly's View, and that is at 7-2. That will be Alan Crev and Richard Fourie, hoping to put a full mark or an exclamation mark before he makes his way to the Highveld.
Yes, Cecil, I believe Holly's View won a very good race last time, and she beat a horse called Lady Majorca that I believe has got potential. So I'm in the camp of Holly's View to win it, to follow up on the last win, but it by no means stops there. I do believe Looking Out, Symbol of Love, Fairy Trip, and Miss Shivey are the dangers.
Any word from the rumour mill about Miss Shivey and the work it's been putting up before its first run in the province?
I've heard nothing, absolutely nothing about it, Cecil, but look, it's got to have a chance. The only concern is that it's running first time, over 1,200 at Fairview, might need a bit more ground, but no means can you leave it out of the exotics.
Nino, let us catch up and reflect on tomorrow's racing, both today's and tomorrow's, as we meet up again in the week to come. Thank you very, very much. Your input is much appreciated. And there is the last suggestion from Nino, number 4, Holly's View. Easy to back at 7-2 in an open-looking fillies a mare 68 over the 1,200 meters. That is Gqeberha Racing on this Friday to start off the weekend at 10 minutes to 1.